I can't breathe. I can't believe I have you with me in the kitchen today. So we get, get ready. Put that on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for gracing our set, our kitchen.
Hey, when I told my wife that I was going to be on this TV show, you know what she did? She laughed.
Why did
so I really want to do this TV show and prove to my wife that even I can cook.
Seeing you here, I actually feel like laughing because, oh my God.
Yeah?
I believe it's going to be very exciting.
Certainly, but now I want to tell you what I've planned. When you told me you want me to cook, I went out of my way to plan. This is what I want to do. I want to do chirenge. This is cow hoof. People call it molokon.
Yeah, it doesn't look very nice.
It doesn't look very nice, but by the time we're done with it, it's going to be great.
Okay.
This one is great. It's called chirenge. So when people get drunk or are getting over a hangover, people need more muscle. This is it. That's what builds your muscle.
Okay.
And then I want to do something special called echibero.
What is echibero?
This one I learned when I was in Zambia police barracks because a lot of tribes come together. And this one I want to do. I got this when I was working out in Kaggwa. The fishermen, they put everything together. They don't have much time. They put cassava, matoke, potatoes,
it's like
fish.
A kachogo of sorts.
Yeah. So they call it echibero. So we're going to do a chibero with molokonye, okay? That's what we're going to do today.
Okay, so what do we start with?
So the place to start off is we're going to go and smoke this.
Okay.
Okay? These are cow hooves normally.
I think they're good.
But after I'm done with them, it's going to be food.
Okay.
I know you don't have to look so disgusting, but anyway, it's going to be great. So we're going to go and smoke it. You smoke it for about 30 minutes. The neighbors really get offended.
Okay.
That's fine. So when they do this, we have a proverb. So if you really get annoyed, you also get cow head, and you also do the same. So really that's a great way to keep neighbors happy.
Okay.
So we're going to do that. Then we're going to come back and do this cassava.
Okay.
We'll do this cassava and then we'll do the chibero. That's what we're going to do. We set it to work. And by the time I put some spices in there, bam, some curry powder, it's going to be all right.
Well, growing up, I saw my mom cook that stuff for my grandmother, and I told myself I'd never be caught dead eating that.
Oh my goodness, this is great. I mean, you didn't know what it is.
You need to convince me that I can eat it.
You need to know what it is. So what we're going to do now, you are going to come with me. We're going to go outside to the sigiri, and I'm going to show you how to smoke it.
Okay, sure.
But make sure the neighbors don't know.
Okay.
Come. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So you put that over there.
Yeah.
It's cow hooves. And you get them over there. When you put it on, it sort of starts bringing up a smell. You have to wait. It's at first you sort of think this is a bad smell. Yeah, it's called molokonye being made.
Molokonye being
made. Yeah, molokonye.
We're on step one of what?
This is step number 1 of making a chibero with molokonye. So step A is molokonye. Now a lot of people work very hard and they need strength.
Okay.
So molokonye really gives strength. And the other thing is, one of the other thing that I always remember looking at molokonye is the last Chwezi dynasty king before the Chwezi empire ended.
Okay.
The last king was, I think, Mulindwa. He really loved this cow. He had this cow called Bihogo. And Bihogo was his favorite cow. And he says, if my cow dies, I will die.
Okay.
So this is the
I remember that from history. Yeah.
Okay. So then what happens is when the cow died, they got all the medicine men to find out what has caused the death. They opened the intestines and there was nothing. They couldn't get anything, Okay. But then they brought a prophet from the north, a seer from the north, and he looked at the cow hooves and he found that in the cow hooves, the intestines had left the intestine, they had gone to the cow hooves. And he said, this is the end of this kingdom. That's how we design. It's very, very important, the cow hooves.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, so even as I'm doing that, I'm giving you a history lesson. So you can see the smoke, okay?
Yeah.
It's a little smoky, but you don't have to worry about that.
Be careful, don't burn your hand.
I'm fine. When you've done this a few times, it's like a chapati maker. You don't really mind. You are really perfect. So that's what we are doing.
You go as far as even smoking this part?
Mostly this one. You barbecue them, they look brown, nice, succulent.
This doesn't
Yeah,
look nice.
it has to have that honey look. You know, it's sort of a honey glazed look. There it is. Of course, when I told my wife about this, she was freaked out. So I told my wife there's some of the things that I like. I like bienda. And she's like, they stink. And it's true, they stink.
Oh, yeah.
And this one, when I do molokonyi at home, I have to do it outside. We can't do it inside the house. As you can see, all the neighbors.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, the neighbors are not happy. So you can see, and especially if you have a smoke alarm,
Okay.
you switch it off. You have to disable it. Because people will think,
Because it can go into
yeah, it's going to go on.
Yeah, sure.
Especially if you do this in America, they don't know this stuff.
Who is even going to do this in America? So how far do you go with the smoking?
You go a little bit. You go
It
a
has
little,
to go brown all the way.
Yeah, it goes brown. I think
You have a disgusted look on your face.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Even if it goes like that. Tofayo ne wechibeera nga kirina omukka kino wekito bwe kivaayo kiba kiwooma ate kati omukka omugazi bakola ki eddiba libeeramu vitamini kati vitamin eyo even oyo soup kati kino kiba now this one is okay.
That one is ready.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's ready now. And then this one, I think it's close to ready. We don't have to wait too long.
Okay.
So that one is also looking good. What we'll do is we will put this one over here so that it's also giving a bit of a taste like that.
Okay. You have to make sure you don't smoke this.
You don't want to smoke that one,
the
no,
reddish
because
part.
it will ease everything out.
Okay.
So when you finish over here, make sure it's brown.
Yeah.
Okay. It will take a bit of time. We will come back to that one later, so we can be able to take this in and continue over there.
Sure thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep that one rolling. Okay.
So what's the next step?
The next step that we're going to be doing is we're going to get this ready for cooking. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you can put that away from me. We're going to get this molokoni ready for cooking. So we get a nice saucepan.
Okay.
I think this will be good enough.
Oh.
We'll put it on the side.
Do you
Then
need
you
tomatoes?
prepare. Yeah, you prepare the tomatoes.
Okay, let me
That's
get
fine.
them
You
here
get the
for you.
tomatoes and the
Sure.
onions. That's what you do. Put it over the side, and you get your oil. Get ready. But you know, this is a man's meal. Okay. Yeah, this is a man's meal. You understand?
Yeah.
Not too. It's not so much, soft people because. When you look at it, it's a serious meal.
And it's basically for what? It cures hangover.
No. It's just good nutrition. You know the secret. Sometimes things that people think are ugly have the best what?
They're the most beautiful things inside.
Most beautiful things. So you have to neglect
Cutting that with so much ease. You know, this is shocking.
Yes, you have to cut it up and make sure it's okay. Okay. For me, when I grew up in my village in Masaka, I grew up with a single mother. My mother was a single woman.
Okay.
And, she used to take me to school with her and then used to go in the gardens with her, would dig. Nowadays, people see me speaking English.
They don't know where you've come
They
from.
don't know where I've come from.
I have a picture. Look at your setting. Look at what you actually want to cook.
Can you imagine? By the time I'm done with this chibero, it's just going to be the right thing. So anyway, I grew up in Masaka, Nalozali. It's a long way. You know Nalozali? It's a long way from here. It's Masaka.
I'm from the west, so on my way to come, I pass, but I don't know the villages.
You pass through Masaka, Barara. So that's where I grew up. And I'm from a family of 8 children. I had 2 sisters. Okay.
Do you need me to wash your...
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just want you to watch. So you get the onions done, okay? Those of you who are following along, you get the onions done. That's going to be good. Then you get the tomatoes done quickly because, time is also important. So as I was saying, my mother, she was a teacher. And she would take me to school, okay? I even went to an all-girls primary school.
You were the only boy.
I was the only boy.
Why?
And all the girls would be so interested in me because my mother, she was teaching in a girls' school. So at the break time, all the girls would come and look at me. So anyway, that's my village growing up in Masaka.
In Masaka, so you're in Uganda.
I'm in Uganda.
You don't even look.
I don't look like an Uganda.
You have any mixed blood somewhere?
Do I have what?
Do you have mixed blood somewhere?
Mixed blood. I think so. I think my father was a Muzungu Uganda.
You do know your father?
No, I never knew my father. My father was thrown out by Idi Amin in 1971, 72. So people used to, have problems. Little kids used to call me Magobaga Uganda. You know what Magobaga Uganda means?
I'm thinking it means the outcast.
No.
Hey.
Magobaga Uganda. They said in the interaction between Uganda and Europe and Asia, I was the prophet. So they used to, really, it was quite an insulting thing. And when you are young, these kids, they tell you these things and you feel bad about them. So some would even say, oh, I'm going to be in a box airport. You know?
Yeah.
But I was never forgotten at the airport. I grew up with my mother, 8 children. I think these tomatoes are good enough. 8 children. In so doing, because I was the one who had fair complexion.
8 children, all girls?
2 boys.
2 boys.
I'm sorry, 2 girls.
Okay.
So... I come from a big family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I come from a big family. So we are getting ready now. You have to get your tomatoes right. Enyanya zo noziteekaawo, obutungulu bwo n'obuteekaawo ne weetegeeka kati ngenda kutuuka kino kimoroko kye ngenda okusooka tukikubbemu wali tekimala ne bino gedudde ku kibeero.
Okay.
And I want to tell you that people need to learn. Although men are not very often in the kitchen, but I've been teaching men that the best place for husband and wife to get better relationship that can even lead to better sex and intimacy, men must be in the kitchen. Because when women see me, when my wife sees me in the kitchen, she's really happy. And of course, I'm not cooking, I'm helping with the children. When I was going to graduate school, because now we have to, when I was going to graduate school in Philadelphia, can you help me turn this on? There you go. Good. That's fine. When I was going to school in Philadelphia,
is the heat too much?
I think it's a bit too much. Let's turn it down. There we go. A little bit low. That's good. Okay. So when I was going to school in Philadelphia, we'll put that over there.
Okay.
You don't have to worry too much about being too clean. Okay, when you're a guy. So when I was going to school in Philadelphia, I used to help out in the kitchen. Because some people don't think. Here I am in America. This is many years later. In America with my wife. She works in the day, I work at night. All of us are working.
It's a little easy for you to understand that it's okay for a man to be in the kitchen because you have a white woman.
An American wife, yes.
Exactly. That changes your perspective. It changes the way you think. But the African man, Muchiga married to Muchiga woman, he doesn't step in the kitchen.
But I'm telling you,
so it's
even me, I'm still African.
It's where you've come from.
I may be married, I may have married an American. My DNA, the systems, operating systems, they are all African. In fact, when I was there peeling in the kitchen, I'm wondering, what are people going to think about me? But I learned that, the rewards are better. The rewards are good.
Careful,
so what you do, you go ahead and put some little oil, okay, to make sure that your onions are going to be well taken care of.
Okay.
And you let the oil cook for a while. Now, while you're doing that, while the oil is sitting over there, it can be time to start peeling.
Give me that. Give me that.
Thank you. It can be time to start peeling your what? Your cassava. Now, what we're starting over here is the journey to making a chibero. Now, by the way, I'm not advertising Bell beer.
You can't even get the name.
I don't know. It's this fisherman in abavubi. Kaggwa eyo gye nalinga ngende bukunja. Banga nti abavubi bwe bavuba ekyennyanja, they don't have too much time for everything.
So they just mix everything.
They just throw everything in the saucepan. But have you ever seen fishermen?
Yeah, I grew up in Entebbe, so I see them there in my face all the time.
Have you seen the bodies of fishermen? Have you ever seen a fat, overweight fisherman?
No.
They are always very...
They are trim, they're always lean. No?
Yes. Well shaped and everything. Thank you. So over here,
He knows how to peel.
yeah,
What?
you peel that, and then you want to make sure you get one cassava that is going to be. Of course, they told me there's some poison around it. I don't know. No,
The molokonyi has to go with this stuff.
it has to go with this one. You mix it. By the way, it is also sometimes you waste too much time. Okay? No, you don't want to waste too much time. For me, I like to get it. I throw it in. Boom, and you go and do something else. Then after that, it's ready. When it's done, now I think this one I had it too big. We'll cut it up. This cassava is too hard. This is too hard.
Try that.
Yeah, that one is too hard. So we'll try another one. That cassava was a bit too hard. We'll get another one. I think this one is better. Oops. There we go. So what was I saying to you?
We got into the part of when you were in the US. This thing is heating up.
Is it heating up? Oh, wait. I don't want to start a fire. Okay, so we reduce the fire. You want to reduce the flame. There we go. That's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Can we get a piece of wood there? Okay. So what you do then when you've got this one in, then you throw in the onion. Yeah. Woo! The sound of music. Okay. So you let the onions go in for a little bit of time. Okay. You stir them up. And then you want to throw in some spices in a bit, some curry powder. I love curry powder.
I have beef masala. You throw the spices in before you put the tomatoes.
Yeah, I put them in before.
This is garlic.
This is garlic. That's fine. You can put it in.
Royco.
Garlic, we'll put it in after we have that.
Okay.
What do we have? Curry powder? That's what I want. So you get some curry powder and you put it in. Muno Uganda bagaita manzali.
Simba, how do you even know the thing?
Gano manzali notekamu akasooka akokubiri. Bam!
Now you turn them up without putting the tomato.
Not yet. You put it, I put it in first. This is also sort of like a chibero molokonyi. Bam!
Okay.
So you put 3 of them in. I don't know how we ever got this one. Now, what is
Royco?
Royco. This one we'll put it in after we get what?
And then the salt later, eh?
Later.
Okay.
So I stir up the onions. Okay, as I'm stirring up the onions, I get that ready to roll out. Okay, here we go. The onions are stirred up. Can you see this thing, man? Woo! You come bring it up and take a look at this thing. So when you are done over there, then you also throw in the, let's increase the fire. Because now this flame is getting a bit too slow. You increase. I remember going to New York City with my wife. Man, those guys cook real fast and they cook over flames.
How long have you been married?
21 years now. 20 years. I got married in 1992.
1992?
Yeah, 1992.
Yeah.
So we got married. We have 5 children. We have 3 boys and 2 girls.
That's cool.
Okay. The youngest is Arieli. Arieli, she's 5. She's such a darling.
Okay.
I'm sure if I had her here, she would be helping me along. Daddy's little daughter. And then I have Abigail, she's 8. And then I have just Makai, he's 12. Then I have Josiah, he's 14.
The names are inspired by the Bible, Old Testament.
Yes, names, like Makai was the first missionary to Uganda.
Yeah.
He was a Scottish missionary who brought the gospel to Uganda. That's why I call him Makai.
Okay.
You've heard of Makai School. So that's Makai.
Okay.
And then Josiah is in the Bible. Yeah.
Abigail in the Bible.
Abigail's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Ariel, it means a lioness of God. And then my firstborn is called Paulo or Pablo. Paul. That's the oldest one.
Okay.
Yeah. Pablo I had before I got married when I was a teenager. As you can tell, before I got to know Jesus as my savior, I was a reckless guy. I was a breakdance champion of East Africa.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I can do more than cook. I can even break dance. So that was when I was one. When I was a teenage, you know, I really needed Jesus.
And then somehow along the way
So I got a girl in the neighborhood pregnant, and that's how I got I was a young man, a boy who gave birth to a boy. Thankfully, my sister helped me, the rest of my family. When I got married, my wife and I took him in, and we tried to help him out. So he's our oldest son. He's 27 now, and he's married.
He's married?
He's already married, and we got 3 grandchildren.
Are you serious?
2 grandchildren. Yes, we have 2 grandchildren.
Do you need water?
Now, look, no, I don't need water yet. So now the next thing is you get the molokonyi. It's now time to put in the stuff, okay? While you got this already now, you can get a little bit. Then you don't worry about the blood. You throw that one in. When you put it in, you stir it out. Just like you do something else. You understand? Then you put the rest in, and stir it out. Okay. Now after this, we will have to cook it for a long time.
Long time.
If you have, usually I use a pressure cooker. But if I don't have a pressure cooker, I prepare this early.
You make this at home in your kitchen?
I do make it. What are you talking about?
You don't drink. What do you need it for?
No, I don't need to drink to eat this. This is the problem. People think that only people who are drunk are the ones who eat molokoni. But even people like me, I enjoy molokoni. So when you get this going like this, let's get a little bit of water.
Okay.
But what we can do, don't worry about it. We can use this water, just a little bit, so that it doesn't burn. So as that one is working its way, simmering in there, molokoni. Woo!
I'm told it's remedy for weak bones.
Weak bones?
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'll give it credit for.
I also hear it's good for sexual performance.
Okay.
So, of course, everybody, people have all sorts of ideas. But I don't know.
What is in it that ups the sexual energy?
Just the energy, muscles.
The muscles.
It just gives you more muscle power. It just gives you more muscle power and to do other things also. So while this is working in, you put in a little bit of water, as you can see. Then you throw in garlic. Okay. You have garlic powder. Yeah, garlic is good for controlling the heart. It's also good for high blood pressure. Yeah. You throw it in. Okay. Then you let it simmer for some time. Add a little bit of water as you go along. Okay. You can use this very same water. Okay. Okay. So there we go. Now we can leave it to work its way for a little bit of time. Meantime, now we're going to move to the next area. The next section is going to be making the echibelo.
Buli lwolowooza ku kufumba, lowooza Fortune Butto wa ssente ntono ddala, mwangu okutambuza, muyonjo, asiika enva za buli kika, chipusi, sumbusa, enkoko n'ebirala bingi. Ate nga alina akaloosa ak'omulembe, omutindo gwa Fortune Butto gwakakasibwa ate nga akolebwa mu bintu bya wano. Genda bunnambiro wegulira Fortune Butto asabikiddwa mu ngeri ey'omulembe mu kasachati ka mililita 5. Omufumbi ow'enjawulo agula Fortune Butto yekka.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to use this to get our cassava. And I'm not the most organized person. Let's agree that one, okay? But I don't need to be organized. My wife is very organized in the family. So you get the cassava as we've done before. I think we've got it up. There we go. This one is not very good. So if the cassava is like that, you don't cook it. So we have this one. So this cassava is great. What we are going to do is we will cut it up. Kati omuwogo tugenda kola ki? Tugenda mukutulamu. Omukutulamu bwoti. Okola kibeero jjukira okola ki? Eno recipe yaffe teriyo mu kitabo oba ku Wikipedia. Eno yaffe okiwulira. Yino owulira. Kati muwogo ono ngenda mukolamu ki? Akatogo. akatogo ka
The
muwogo
category is going to go complete with even tomatoes and stuff, or it's just
werindako ojja
random.
kulaba
Kale.
nsumulula bwe tunula
Kale
kati
pasi.
bw'omaliriza wano oyinza obutemaatemamu really tekifaayo but okuyambako oba oyina time constraint ogimenyaamenyamu kati tukola kibeero phase 1 kati bw'omaliriza wano tugenda kuba kudda ku phase 2. Let's clean this up and throw it in. That cassava is not good.
Okay.
And that one goes in there. That
Okay.
cassava is not the best. This one will be over there. This one will save for later. Tujja kikolako ddi eddako. Tumaliriza katugenda kudda kuki ku matooke.
Matooke.
Odda ku
Have you
matooke.
another?
Tuli bulungi. Aba tumaliriza ofunayo osobola kufunayo kaki kuka tugenda kuteeka muno. Funayo ka blue band katufuneka wano ka butter kano ka butto okateekako okumuki funako ekijiiko kitono nnyo n'ofunako katono nnyo n'oteekako mu ngalo.
That is to take make sure the sap doesn't stick.
Amasavu galeme kuyingirako ki
Kungalo.
oba amasanda owulidde nga masanda naye kano kajja nga kana akaso akanene naye kajja kukola kati tujja okukola tufuneyo ne kaki engeri y'akaveeraveera tukateeka tuleme kwonoona ekisenge kyaffe kino jakiteeka wano kati bw'otandika okuwaata amatooke gaffe gano gawulire waata mpolampola bwoti nojja kati I was trying to teach my wife how to peel.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask that.
Yeah. Well, my wife is from Long Island, New York. She's born in Manhattan.
She's born in Manhattan.
Manhattan.
And how does she fit there?
And me, I'm born in Narozari. So she knows how to make pizza. She knows how to make lasagna. She knows how to make roast con pollo because, you know, part of our family is from Puerto Rico. Okay? But me, I'm from Narozari. Is anyone Narozari man? So we are New York. So I was trying to teach her, of course, she would end up cutting, mangling the matoke, and then I would end up mangling the pizza. So we agreed that when we are cooking matoke at home, and she
does the cooking.
She does I do the matoke. She does the chicken. She does the pizza, and I do the matoke. And of course, in America, like when we were in America, there is really at that time there was no real matoke. You would cook bogoya, bafumba bogoya. Mu America bafumba chi? Bafumba bogoya. Yasoka mufumbamu amazzi, ne bamujjamu ne bamukenenuna. Ziringa ngambidde. Ati naye ati fe wano tulina ki amatooke. I really love matoke. My wife told me that I could even have matoke in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. As long as there's curry powder.
So has she learned how to
Yes, she has learned some.
Ugandan food?
Yes, she has learned some, but you know what? We also have some people who assist us.
Yeah, okay.
So where where somebody can assist us, we do it. But she specializes in certain dishes that she does. She has her mother taught her some special chicken called roast con pollo. Roast con pollo.
Roast con pollo.
Not roast kabuye, but roast con pollo.
Roast con pollo. What is that? Roast con pollo.
Roast con pollo is chicken with beans.
Oh. Okay.
Chicken with beans. So kati okiraba kirandika okujja.
Bino nga
Bino bijja tukyabitereeza mpola mpola. Kijja.
Kale.
Dakiika ntono nnyo. Kakati bw'omaliriza wano n'oteekamu ne kuki?
N'okubumonde.
Ne ku bumonde. Obumonde nabwo obuwaata mpola mpola. Kati omanyi omusajja bw'abe can men cook? The idea is yes, men can cook. And men can cook many things, but there are certain things that men enjoy.
Yeah.
Of course, you may say there's not too much order to a chibero. But it doesn't need that order. As long as it's good. Okay? As long as it's good, we're going to be all right.
Okay.
And gives you energy and strength. So my wife does that. She is an excellent baker of cakes.
Okay.
In fact, people need to know, even as you are seeing me, my wife can bake. My wife can bake cakes. In fact, when you start a show on women, really showing off what they can do, you have to bring her in because she can really do some really good stuff.
Okay.
Kati bw'oba omaze amatooke ago then olwoteko obumonde buno bumonde buzungu bwobumaliriza nabwo n'osuulamu simanyi baki babutuma bumonde buzungu naye babuyita ki buno babuyita bumonde buzungu. I don't know why they call it Irish potatoes. I don't know if the Irish are the ones who brought it.
Oh, that's the
These are the Irish potatoes. So that's what we do. Now, you know, most of the time, my wife and I have been working at Makerere University.
okay.
My wife mentors young women. She teaches them how to be a good wife, how to be a good mother, how to be
An
upright woman, how to dress properly.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I'm very grateful to God for my wife. And as a result of that, by the way, my wife's mother, she's from Puerto Rico. My wife's father is originally from Jamaica. They live in New York. Now they moved to Las Vegas. So often when we go to visit my other side of the family, we go to Las Vegas. So I think you're good over here. What we're going to do, we can put that on the side. The next thing we are going to do is we're going to make sure that we put this chibelo, okay, and we're going to roll it up.
What do you mean roll it up?
We're going to roll it up, put it in a saucepan, okay?
You want a big saucepan?
Yeah, let's get a big saucepan over there. I think the other one is good. Is that going good? Okay.
Much bigger one.
Is that a much bigger one?
Oh my God, this is massive.
This is it. This is what I wanted. Now, remember, the echibero ends up as a great recipe. So what we're going to do, let's start this one.
Wait, the echibero has this and that.
Yes. So first of all, kakati osooka n'oteekamu ku mazzi n'olyoka oteekamu ki n'olyoka oteekamu ki obumonde bwaffe ng'ogenda okukola ekibeero oteekamu kino oteekamu mixture byonna obiteekamu egamba kati nga Uganda bwe tuli wano tetulina ebiseera tolina bingi kyofunye kyoteekamu infact ne bwoba ofunye eki oyinza okufuna ne jjuuni kyotateekamu toteekamu ffene kyoteekamu bogoya oba mbidde naye byo byokola ki byoba oteekamu bale sinabakumaliriza naye ndowooza jja kukateeka wano teekemu ku ttooke wano eddala nga bwe tumalirizaawo. Oh, is it? Okay, that's fine. Let me just turn it up a little bit. Yeah.
buli lw'olowooza ku kufumba lowooza fortune butto wa ssente ntono ddala mwangu okutambuza muyonjo asiika enva za buli kika chipusi sumbuusa enkoko n'ebirala bingi ate ng'alina akaloosa ak'omulembe. Omutindo gwa fortune butto gwakakasibwa ate ng'akolebwa mu bintu bya wano. Genda bunnambiro wegulira fortune butto asabikiddwa mu ngeri ey'omulembe mu kasachati ka mililita 5. Omufumbi ow'enjawulo agula fortune butto yekka.
Yeah. So
Now, this is coming along good. Okay, this is coming along good. Oh, did I burn you? Yeah. Sorry.
it's okay. I get burnt all the time.
Well, you know what? This thing has to have a high temperature. Now, you can see it's been simmering for some time. This is after a few hours, and then you can begin to see the skin.
It's been on fire for 4 hours.
For a while.
Who is going to have time to wait for what you want?
No.
Chibero.
No problem. So, did I burn you again? Why don't you come on this side?
Okay. Chibero chikaye.
Ekibero kikaye. Wabula kakati wano bw'otandika okiraba nga kitandise okujja wano. Wano wogenda okuteekeramu ku munnyo.
Okay.
Naye katukereko wano.
Over there.
Katukeberako wano. Lyoke tukole ki? Omunnyo gwaffe guli wano. Be guno guli muno. Yeah. No.
Yes.
Yeah, okirabye?
Kiraba.
Kati, you see, when I speak about marriage,
Yeah.
some of the things that I do is I mentor young people at the university. I teach them to save sex for marriage. And the thing about saving sex is that it's like cooking molokoni. It takes time.
But wait.
You wait. You wait kuuma n'okiteekamu pressure cooker n'ekikuuma kati w'okigirayo kibeera ready. Yeah, that's why we tell young people, don't just start, you get excited, you're running off with everything. No,
let me ask. Today's society has taken a very bad turn.
Yes.
We have nothing but breakups in marriage. There's just a few marriages that can hold it together, okay? So you're telling me to wait.
Yes.
And when I get there, then I'm going to have the best time. Why would my man leave me and go and cheat on me with a young girl at campus?
Well,
when I have 3 kids with him, I'm giving him the best life ever. I'm cooking for him. I'm doing this and that. Explain to me why I would wait. Explain to them.
Okay, here's the reason why. First of all, you have to get the right man. You have to accept the right man. Now, by the time that man comes, there's like few others.
Okay.
So, and how do you know the right man from the wrong man? One of the things that you need to know, there's the language of the feelings, but you need to have others who help you, to test the man. Like now, if you want to know how to test this thing, you touch the chinto chikwatako, you lick the thing, you smell it, So, and then you can also have others. Like for me, if you see someone or someone sees you, you don't live alone. We're not like Europeans. Europeans says, I am because I am.
Okay.
Africans, we say, I am because we are. Even to be called a wam, fumba to be a wam. Kadinzendi wanchima, my clan. I can't because she's a close relative. And so even if she's as good looking as what, I can't marry her. Okay? It would be a shame to my parents. And the Bible says, honor your mother and father, that you may what? That you may live long. So, when you get first of all, you have to start off with the right man. Okay? You have to start off with the right man. Let's cover this up a little bit for a moment.
Okay.
And if this can go on, cover that up. Make sure we give it a bit of... It fries, eh? Chikola oluwombo mundu omwo. Kati wana ekibero kyaffe nayo kikola kijja. Kati awo tugabikula. Edda twalinga tuteekako obuveeraveera. In fact, olina kaveera.
I do somewhere, but...
Tuyinza okuteeka akaveera kano oba kanaleeta pollution.
I think so. I don't even know where I can get a kavera from, but...
Kati otera okuteeka akaveera naye bana banema baatugaa toteeka buveera. Sijja ekyo? Obuveera buyinza okulwaza naye nze sibimanyi ebyo naye kati tutera kubikabika men. So, but as I say, getting the right man. I mean, you must have... let your relatives, let your friends look at them. I mean, you have a guy on Empire Zigwa. Sitegera lwaki bagay man basiba Empire Zigwa. There's this
trends, fashion.
I mean, if you see an idiot walking around with his underwear going beneath the equator, you need to understand that that fellow, his mind is not working well. Did you hear this new song? I
don't even know who sang it, but I think I saw it.
Waliwo guy ayimba oluyimba yakubye nnyo ti mwana gwe emparizibwa kati you cannot get you can't get a man who is discombobulated. You know, when you bring a man from your
That's
daddy,
where we go wrong.
Look, how does a person
when we
look?
start choosing the men that society expects us to choose, that's when we go wrong, and that's what's killing marriages today. So I'm not married, but when I start looking
are you single?
Yeah, I'm single.
You're looking for a man.
I'm not looking, and I'm not.
Are you being looked for? You are being looked for.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're being. Someone is looking for you.
Like a million girls out there, every girl gets hit on, even those without legs.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when you go out and you finish school and you tell yourself, you know, I have to get married, and then you start living in the face of society, then that's where you go wrong.
You're right. And there's some things. If women stabilize men. I mean, I wasn't always like this.
That's the point.
Men sometimes are wild. If you saw me when I was like 19, 20, I had a big afro. I was Mr. Cool, and you know, but God has designed that women make the nest of a home. and then they bring the man to have interest into the home, and they domesticate. If a man does not have that influence over a woman, he's wild. But he must have the potential. He must be willing to be with you. You cook the food. Now, I go home when I finish my work. There is children's homework at home. And I know some of my friends, they just go out and look for what? Don't go for that kind of a man. You'll be home alone. And the man will be out in the golf, watching soccer, what. And even for me, I tell guys, look, if you are staying away from your wife watching soccer, guy ajja kujewo ate azanya kapira ne mukyala wa gulewo soccer tournament nze sigenda muleke I don't ezo league ezegenda simanya ezekiro tulaba kapira sibigenda mu sawa no mbera wakaza nyina soccer league yange ne mukyala wange Ssempa and Tracy. That is our soccer league. Why do I need to go and watch the European?
I know.
Ere ndule bera wange David simanya ndaba soccer league Barcelona no Barcelona kabazanyire Spain zendanyira wange. So you must have a man who cares about you. It's not so much out there, and you can also be able to encourage him to pay attention to you, to the children, because we also have a problem that many African fathers are missing. But I also don't want only to beat them. No bulamu buzibu ensi nzibu tetulina sente gwanga lizibu tewali money. Kola walk to work batia gas katukola pray to work pray for work osaba ko busa mukama tuyambe tusobole okukola ki okuyitawo. So at now we have this one, it's coming along good. Let's see Achibero. It's usually about 15 minutes. Now when you take a look at it,
it's getting there.
It's getting there.
We need to start.
You just spend some time talking. The other thing about cooking that teaches you is good conversation. Good conversation. People are able to sit down. You go out. Like today is my wife's birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tracy. Yeah. I'm sure she'll be watching. Happy birthday.
Yeah, she's watching.
Yeah, like we've been married 21 years.
I know. How has it been smooth?
No, it's not been smooth. We've had our own issues. We go through stages.
Sure.
We go through stages. When we first got married, we were figuring out ourselves. And then I had my mother-in-law, my mother, came and stayed with us because she was old. My mother thought she was the number one woman in the home. And my wife knew she was the number one woman. So now they were bisanyao. Nina badem babiri mbaka abachala babiri mbaka ono mama wange odemu wange katwana baliao. Ma mchala wange yagololanga engoye nga mama agamba nti atamanyi gololoyo nze manye mchala we yafumba ngemmere mchala mama ngana atamanyi aliwo engeri yachi competition.
A version, yeah, I know.
But I had to tell my mother. Up until now you've been the number one woman in my life, but now that I've married Tracy, she's now the number one woman. Kati omukyala wange namba emu. Jukira bamama babeeranga be bakwini mu bulamu bw'abatabani baabe. Era ne bamama bambi abawuliriza wadde mukyala tamanyi kufumba bulungi afumba nganze sitaru za kibeero. Nere number one kitegeera. So when I told my mother Tracy is the number one, my mother had to calm down. Nakakana. There was that phase.
How did she react to your whole going out of the boundaries and marrying?
I think first of all she was very concerned. Even my wife's parents. Okay. Yeah, they were really concerned.
I'm thinking if you could fit in easily because you're telling me you had a friend.
No, like America is now struggling between the death of a guy called Martin Trayvon, and he was killed by Zimmerman. Zimmerman is a Latino. Yeah. Trayvon was black. Now, for me, in my culture here, you may see in Joboli or in you are still a black man. So I'm a black man. And in the church that we got wedded in, I was the only black man there. It was an all-white church. Yeah. We put on kanzus. There were so many illegal migrants from Boston who came to join us. Some were legal, some were illegal, but they were my buddies, man. They came, and we had this wedding in New York, and these Batungus were seeing us wearing kanzus. I think the African, Abaganda, the Baganda have this saying that when I marry, tuwasiza. The Baganda is a very open system. Really, waliwo Abaganda abazungu Baganda, waliwo Abaganda abayindi, waliwo Abaganda abanyarwanda, waliwo Abaganda abahima, waliwo Abaganda. It's not so much the shape of your nose, but it is loyalty to Uganda, musajja wa kabaka. Ate Abaganda, which is also of other Africans. When I marry, they say we have what? Married. So there is a sense in tuwasiza America. Then in America, they're more individuals. So they were really suspicious. Where are you taking our daughter? Do you have a home? Do you live in a tree? Some people were a bit suspicious. But when they got to know me, when they got to see what my wife loved me and she spoke to them on my behalf, she was fighting for me. The parents saw that really this was love. Okay. People thought that I wanted a green card to go and live in America. I told them, no, me, I want to live in Uganda with my wife. And as you can see, we are here in Uganda.
And she's managed to fit in well.
She's lived here. It's not easy. You know, Uganda is not easy. Look at our traffic is a nightmare. Now, I mean, you see the roads in America and the roads in Uganda. You see our Owino supermarket and you see American supermarket. Life is harder here. It's a sacrifice. But we do it because we are reaching out to university students. We want to keep them alive from HIV/AIDS. We want to mentor them so that they can start families. We want to see them start to be good parents. We teach parenting. There's a vision what we are doing. But it's a big sacrifice. Sometimes my wife and I sit down like, Martin, really, this is a hard place. Yeah, dust. Where we live in Kasanje, dust.
Kasanje is in PG?
Towards in PG. So we live in Kasanje.
Okay.
We really live in the village.
I've been to Kasanje.
You've been there. So that's where I live. I live up on the hill there. My neighbors, they're real villagers.
There's lots of farms in Kasanje, actually.
People, yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to grow our own food. We grow matoke. We look after goats.
Okay.
And then we teach our children also how to work with their hands. So that's what we're doing. Now, let me show you what we are doing so far. This here now.
It's ready?
It looks really ready. Okay, so you reduce the flame. Okay, ndeza katono nnyo. Wano okola kibeero ekyamolokonye. Kati wano nojja nokebera ku matooke.
Is the soup enough? Or you're going to add this in here?
Yes, we will add it in there. Yeah. So now when you look at this, you just turn it up a little bit. Let's get
like a knife or something to poke it with?
No. Let's first make sure we move it and see if it's okay. It just needs a few more minutes. It needs a few more minutes. Let's poke the cassava and see. Let's get the knife. Ofumitako. Wala wakato ofumita kulindazi. Neto ofumita kuchi kumuogo.
Oh Lord.
Ofumita kuchi. Ofumita kumuogo. Muogo omulaba. Agadi katugenda okukola genda kusula mu kumunyu katono nnyo mpaka kumunyu awo katono nnyo tusulemu. Tukola kibeero. Bam!
That's enough.
You always do two. I always do 3. 2. For the third one, 3. Yeah. Okay. When you do that, you stir it up a little bit. Then you give it 1 more minute.
Okay.
Now, when you see the matoke begin to break, amatoke gana ndiko kumenyeka gate. Goma yati ekintu kiyidde. Kati bwe kiba kiyidde kye tugenda okukola tugenda kujja mu mazzi gano tugakenenune tugateeke muno. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn off the flame. Tugenda kujjako omuliro. Teeka wano bwe tuti ndiko okwate kano genda kateeka wali tugakenenune ogateeka wano mu sink bot mpola yamaza kati abamu sometimes if you are real, you know, like for me I have extra soup gano yinza okugakozesa nga supu kuba mulimu ki ekijimusa naye kati nyina supu amala ate bw'omalirizaawo oba okola ekibeero kyaffe sitayiro zaffe bw'omala olyoka ogajjamu kati ino ogenda gakwata olyoka okola ki tugenda kuteekamu ki ekibeero tugenda kiteeka muno maani Woo, 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 woo. You have to decide which one is better, this one or that one. In this case, we're going to put it in here. So, we're going to chikwata men, chiteke one. Chiteke one, chiteke one. What? Man. Ay, kakati. Noliyoko chiteekamu akamu bakayitanga katogotogo naye nga kino bakiyita ki kibeero.
Originating from where?
Recipe yange. This is my original recipe.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a mixture of my life experiences in Zambia police barracks. As I grew up there, I spent some years in police barracks in Zambia. It's a mixture of many tribes: Acholi, Langi, Basoga, Naigiro, Lusoga, Nwidi, Narigiro. I learned some Acholi, Nengo, Kopango, Mateka Time, Timo, and I also learned some Lunyankore, Utoro. So I speak it over there. So when you are done, you cover it up. Let's see which one is good. You cover it up, let it simmer for just a few more minutes. You lower the temperature. Tugenda chimaliriza kali kana matoke n'ogajjayo tugenda kutegeka kola ki kulya ndetera ku sowaani enseno. Glory, enseno si nnyangu era waliwo obeera ng'okooye ng'opoye nenze nenkera nensaba nenga Mukama tuyambe tuyitewo. Ate n'abantu oluusi abantu babizibuwaza ebintu kati ekintu kizo kizibuwaza naye ng'ate kyogenzaako okukola ekintu kyangu tozibuwaza kintu temukola ki temuzibuwaza kintu. Kati waliwo ebintu ebibeera ngo ebintu obizibuwaza kati tugenda kulya ki tugenda kulya kibeero ekitugenda okugikola tujja kijjamu wala ate mwana tukiteekewa okirabye ddala bulungi. We're going to put it over there so that you can see it. Then you can be able to serve. Usually I like to eat it with some special juice. You
know, my mom failed to make me eat this when I was growing up.
Oh no, today is your day. Today, Gloria. You know the Lord is moving.
Dear Lord.
The Lord is moving. I got to teach your cheese there. Yeah. Can men cook? Yes, of course men can cook. What are you talking about? Men can cook. Njagala olabe ekintu kino okirabe.
Can I taste the soup?
No, jakulya kyonna. But in fact, what we'll do, tujja kiteeka wano.
Let me get you a spoon.
Tugenda kuba tukiteeka wano kibeero.
You need this?
Olyoka okirabire ddala bulungi. Soka connectinga bulungi. Bwoti.
Time for kibeero.
Tandika okiloadinga n'okiteeka wano mu pan. Kiyingira mu pan. Man,
now because I'm not very good at this, I'm going to call. I'll test it.
Okay.
But I'll call someone who is a pro at this thing. Actually eats this like half of the time.
Please, you call them.
Give us a judgment.
Bano nabo bali mu NBS abagenda okujja. Balete men. Naye nze kasooke nkiteekemu. Soka tukiteekemu wano kiyoke kiyingirire bulungi. Kiraba. Kino kibeero man kikyoyogerako. Gloria,
let me watch my
whoa. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, some people talk as if for us we don't know. But you know what? I can always talk with my American accent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is great stuff. Sure. Now, some black people call this, you know, maybe soul food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they call it soul food or they call it chitlins. It doesn't matter, but it's our native food. This is my recipe. It's called a chibello. Now, I want to serve you so that you can be able to experience it. First, you get the.
Give me the small part of the chibello,
well, we're gonna get. No, you don't want to get a small pot. No. Here's where you go for the big one.
What?
You want to go for the big one.
Oh my God.
That's it. Yeah, you gotta go for the big one, Gloria. You don't be worried. Come on. Then you get supu. Supu is what makes you strong.
My mom held my mouth open. I refused
to eat it. Yeah, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So you put it over there first. Let's get another plate, and we're gonna be able to have this. This is the best thing in the world. But you know now, don't tell my doctor about this because my doctor told me not to have too much protein. Because you know when men get to be about 45.
You're diabetic?
No. We get gout.
Oh.
Yeah, gout is when you have too much extra protein.
Yeah, sure.
So he told me not to eat much protein.
Oh, no. Diabetic is carbohydrates.
Yeah. So when you get a chibero like this, I don't eat it every day, but it's something I really, really like. Yeah, so don't tell my doctor. That doctor antemubulira man nti pastor yakoze iki. Yakoze chibero. Yeah. And this thing, man, can even stay there. You eat it in the morning. This is going to be mine.
Oh my God.
All those guys who are going to come together, but
can I have like 2 of you guys?
Yeah, get another plate. I'll serve them. Hey, yeah, man, so you know what I mean? First you smell it. Hey, big man, how you doing? Good to see you. Meno chiraba. Ojechiri. Kadigena kusonera man now oberewo tugenda kufunira plate yo yechibero oli enjale kuluma okola milimo ki gino kati mwana wo maginga okola nnyo bawetaaga ekibero kati ogenda kufuna ne Gloria njaga buli omu kamufunire yakake buli omu kamufunire yakake kitesting naawe tufunye wano
I wish these guys would do the testing for me.
While the man is still doing this, naye katumufunire ekirala men kale gumba lino liraba Gloria kati nyo libeeramu ki obusomyo kati obusomyo obwo bwokoonako bwoti ne buvaamu oba obulaba you can see the marrow that marrow is very good maani akasomyo kalaba kano maana gye kali steady kati agakyoba okola wekwata wano mwefooko ye naye abeera akola ki abeerewo kalipe jangu wano men jangu wano eno yiyo kutwala eno yiyo eno yabadde yoono naye nawe tandikirawo olabeko test it and see
You can't test this. I need you to test this.
She's coming. Of course. Get me a knife. Wash your hands. Okay. This is yours. Now, Gloria.
She's going to test this with me.
Now, I think, the only thing that we have not yet done is to pray. So we are going to say a prayer for this food. Okay. Let me get... Let me get one for you. Let me get one for you. Who is your friend? This is who?
She's called Fifi.
Hi, Fifi.
Yeah.
Fifi, how are you?
She helped me set up before you got here.
Great. Fifi, I'm so glad that you helped me set up, okay? Now, Fifi, I want you to test this so you can tell me if you like it. I'll put this other bone in there for you. So get a fork for Fifi.
Can I have the smaller one?
You want to get this? Okay, Fifi, go for that one. Kari. Hagadi. Are we ready? We can say a prayer, then we can start to eat.
Okay.
You want to say the prayer? I say the prayer.
You say the prayer.
Father, thank you so much for this chibero. Thank you that you gave me a miracle recipe for chibero. I pray that even people are watching this, they will also enjoy our African recipes. Give us more strength in the name of Jesus, I pray.
Amen. It's okay.
Oh my God. I should start making this.
You guys eat. I'm going to stand over here.
Okay, I'm
going to test now.
She knows these things very well. Like she knows. How is it going?
It's good.
It's actually tasty. I like the matoke bit. So me, I'm going to go for the side.
This is nice.
Try this one. Try the big one. Because people need, when you cook it for yourself, or you don't chira ganti ogena kola chi. No chira ganti ogena chiri ya men. Men je chiri.
Nice.
What's that? That's the marrow. It's tasty.
It's delicious.
Obujjayo.
I want to taste some.
Obukola.
Doesn't look very nice, but let me taste.
This is really great.
So Gloria,
Yes, Pastor.
my favorite recipe that I want to show you was this one. I spent some time in the kitchen, but what I really have problems in the kitchen is washing up. So usually that's my
Everyone hates that part. But I want to give you credit for your fight against homosexuality.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't want to go very far in it, but respect a lot of it. For reaching out and trying to untaint what has been tainted because society has gone to the dogs. Are you still doing the fight, or you freaked out after you had to do community work?
Community service? No.
And then, you receive a lot of hate mail, I'm thinking, from people.
Of course, when you look at my Google, people, some, especially Europeans, they hate my guts. But Africans, they love me. Gloria, look at you. God designed you to be a woman. If you have some girl who comes and convinces you that she can actually be your husband, she plays on your mind. She confuses you. She denies you the ability to be a mother. Then she denies the ability for you to be a grandparent. The children you would have given birth will never be. Okay? And these are people who are pretenders, and they're using a lot of information. They've got powerful people like Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah?
They've got Oprah. They've got Hillary Clinton.
And have you noticed that half of the series that are running on TV are embracing?
I've not watched them.
Every series that I've watched at least has someone that has to come out of the closet sooner or later. It's becoming like it's, I don't know how to say this, but the fight shouldn't stop.
No.
Don't stop. Don't let anyone faze you.
Thank you. And with this chibero that I'm eating, kino chibero kyendya mwana kigenda kumpa amaanyi okulwanyisa ebisiyaga ba Batman man. Tubabuulira muve ku bintu ebya Batman bye muliko era mujje eno mufuna abakyala baabano nange nnyina mukyala maze naye emyaka 2 mugo Batman man mubiveeko ebyo ebyobuwundo you hang upside down chichiman no mulina okulongoosa ebintu mubeere tosobola kulya mmere bukyame mmere ogirya mukama. So really I want to thank you so much. I really want to commend those of you who want to join us at Makerere University. We're going to have a chance to reach out new freshers who are going to be coming. My wife and I will be reaching out to them. Those who want to support our work so we can reach young people can get in touch with me. I'll give you my contact. Okay. And those who want my traditional recipe, I'll give it to you. Yeah. And I encourage men, the more you are in the kitchen, the more the bedroom will open up for you, because many women get excited when they see their husband working out in the kitchen. They think they're really, really sexy.
I've been in the kitchen with a man of God, an activist who is not going to stop at nothing in his fight against homosexuality. But aside being a father and a husband, he just cooked something that I have not eaten from when I was a child. My mom tried to make me eat this and I failed. I couldn't eat it. So we always had fights when I was little, but he managed to make me eat it. You saw for yourselves, he can cook. I always tell you that I'll be bringing more and more of these people to grace your screens and show you how they do their stuff in the kitchen. Till next time, bye.
Akasomyo.